Hello friends, welcome back to the True Blue Smokehouse. It is Saturday, July the 3rd, 2021. It's the day before Independence Day. I hope you're having a great weekend. And let's check out what we're doing in the smokehouse tonight. As you can see, there's a little bit of smoke billowing out of the top of the newer Weber kettle. Let's take a look at what we're doing on the Weber kettle tonight. And as you can hear in the background, the fireworks and the shooting has already started. Take a look at that. 8 pounds of pork shoulder. We're going to do that tonight at about 235 to 250. Run it through the night. Hopefully it'll be ready tomorrow morning when my guests arrive for a wonderful Independence Day meal. Featured accessories tonight are the naked basket and the steel plate that you see below. I've got a pizza pan that's holding some water to keep the moisture in the meat. In the meat you see the meter plus unit on the front side and a temperature gauge meter for the Weber iGrill unit. We're going to again run this about 235 to 250 tonight. We'll wrap it when it gets to the stall and let it get through the stall, get it up to 203 and wrap it in a towel, put it in a cooler and get ready to pull it sometime tomorrow, hopefully by midday. And so it begins. Hey, we're back in the smokehouse on this Saturday evening, the day before Independence Day. Let's check out what's going on with the pork shoulder we put on earlier. There it is. Seems to be coming along nicely. I know it's early in the process, but I'm pleased with where we've gone so far. We need to work a little bit on this temperature gauge. It dropped down to about 210, 211. I'd like to see this up around the 230 to 250 range, so we're going to have to play around with the gauges a little bit, but we'll be okay. It's going to be a long cook, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it. But we're going to work our way over to the big green egg because part 2 of this Independence Day cook is now on the big green egg. And that, my friends, is a 14-pound brisket. It's been seasoned with coarse black pepper and kosher salt, along with a little bit of garlic powder and some onion powder. As you can see, I'm running with some of the mixed woods tonight. A little bit of pecan, a little bit of oak, might even be a little hickory in there. But we're going to run this through the night. Anticipating it being ready sometime about 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. 14-pound brisket, Texas style, on the big green egg. And so it continues. We're back in the smokehouse. We're going to check on both this pork shoulder and the brisket. Our temperature gauges are registering as if it's about time to wrap. About 166, 167 in the pork shoulder. And there it is. More importantly, I like the way it's barking up. So I think we're going to go ahead and pull that, wrap it in some butcher paper, get it back on this Weber kettle, and let's work our way over to the big green egg, see what this brisket is looking like right about now. You can see the temperature is holding steady right at about 250, 255. And there's the brisket. Not as much bark as I thought it would have been. I think I may let that run a little while longer before I wrap it. See if we can get a little bit more bark on that. But it's about that time. I'll give it a few more minutes. We'll wrap it in some butcher paper, put it back on the green egg, and just let it do what it does. Thanks for hanging in there with me, and yet it continues. Hello friends, As you can see, night has turned today. Let's check out how we're doing with the pork shoulder. We'll run some temperatures real quick. 207, 208, 209. It's probing like a hot knife through butter. It's ready. We're gonna pull it, wrap it in a towel, put it in a cooler and let it rest for a couple hours. Maybe not that long, but it'll be ready to be pulled for a wonderful Independence Day lunch. Cook will continue as we work our way over to the big green egg. Let's check the tips on this brisket real quick. $206, 198. Still got a little work to do here. Let's check the point. Right at 200 in the point. Right at 200. Again, it's probing nicely. I'm probably going to go ahead and pull it to wrap it, rest it, and get ready for lunch. Hang in there, there's more to do. Appreciate you staying with me this far. And yet it continues. Happy Independence Day, y'all. Hey guys, we're back. What started on a Saturday night continues into a Sunday morning as we continue the Independence Day cook for family and friends. I've pulled some stuff off of the grill and put some other things on the grill. So let's check out what we're doing now. On the newer Weber, what you see there are rib tips. I had 2 slabs of spare ribs, pulled the tips off, pulled the flap meat off. That's the roasted pork. You can't quite see it, but it's in the aluminum pan on top. Down below are the tips from those spares, and we're going to run these on the newer kettle. And then as we work our way over to the green egg, to start the show, 2 slabs of spare ribs. Spare ribs have been seasoned with Dizzy Dust by Dizzy Pig. Again, I'm running with multiple different woods for smoke. We got a little bit of pecan, we've got a little bit of oak, may even have some hickory in there. Still using the Egg Genius temperature control unit down below, and the probe for it is up top. We're going to run these ribs at about 250 to 275, get up to the internal temp that we want, get to the bend test, that we want, and then we'll wrap them and put them in a cooler. And yet it continues. And on we go. Let's check on these rib tips. My temperature gauge is telling me that the roasted pork is done. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. Those rib tips are coming along nicely. Sitting at probably about 173, 175 right about now. We're going to pull those off, wrap them in some butcher paper, put them back on, let them get up to about 200, 203. You know what we do. Wrap them in a towel, put them in a cooler at that point. But those pieces of flat meat that I'm calling the roasted pork up top, I believe that's done. Let's see if we can't get in it. Well, if nothing else, it's hot. what it should be. There it is. Hope you can see that. Yeah, still had a few bones in a couple of them. Plenty of pullback on that. Yeah, we're gonna pull that off. And we'll work our way over to the big green egg. And would you look at there. Absolutely beautiful color on those ribs. I believe they're running about 175 as well. We'll go ahead and get those wrapped in butcher paper, get them back on, and continue this cook. Once again, we're back in the smokehouse. We've made some changes. So we're gonna go in reverse order so I can show you what we changed. We've gone ahead and wrapped the tips and the ribs. So the ribs are in the middle, the tips are on the outside. Had plenty of fuel left in the big green egg, so I thought I'd conserve some fuel in some other places by just using the big green egg to take care of all of the ribs and the tips at this point. You remember earlier I took off the roast pork because it was ready. And so now we're just waiting on the ribs to get up to temp, get me where I want to be on the bend test, and then we'll pull them, wrap them in towels, put them in the cooler with the other things that we did earlier. But I had to move all of the ribs and tips to one grill so that I could do what we're doing over on the kettle now. 2 chickens. One on the back side is seasoned with jerk seasoning. One on the front side is just a Fiesta smoked chicken seasoning. We're going to run this today until it gets to an internal temp of 165 in the breast, 170 to 175 in the dark meat. Pull it and enjoy it. And so it continues.